What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murf back once again for what we trust will be a fabulous episode of the Raiders Fan Radio Rundown. We've been doing this show since 2020, Swag Jeff.
Hey, yeah. The OG in the rundown game.
OG in the rundown game. Nothing wrong with other rundowns. There's a bunch of them.
We all
JT,
run it down.
Even JT's got a rundown. We love
all
JT.
run it down. Yeah.
Everyone runs down.
Yeah.
But so appreciate all of those of you that are joining us for this quick little rundown. So we did one for Wednesday, but then we ran out of time to get to the emails and to get to the voicemails and whatnot. So we're going to do the emails and voicemails and what we call the sea of fans, because more of you and less of us is a good thing. So that's all we're going to do. Just a quick little hitter here on a Friday. And so hope you enjoy it. Hope that launches you into a fantastic Super Bowl weekend. And thanks to everybody that's joining us live on the YouTubes tonight. Sorry, we're not live, but you are. And so appreciate everybody that is in the chat room tonight. We appreciate you so very much for your support of Raiders Fan Radio, and in turn, our nonprofit, which is the One Nation Foundation that gives to Raiders-related charities. So thank you very, very much for being here. Also, those of you on the audio podcast, thank you for being here. And you can find us on any audio podcast service just by searching for Raiders Fan Radio. So appreciate everybody that's checking us out tonight. And my name is Murf, but I don't do this show alone.
Hell no, you don't.
Hell no, I don't. I do it with my best friend and yours. He adorns the other side of the poker table. He is Swag Jeff.
It's Solid and Profile.
What up, Swaggo?
Oh my gosh, it's only been like 2 days since I've seen you. We're flooding everyone's oral holes, audible holes, just wherever you're taking this show, whether it be on the YouTube, whether it be on the audio podcast. You're getting some double dosage of Murf and Swag and Raiders Fan Radio, you know. Yeah, just fill her on up, you know, for sure. And we're not done yet. And we're not done yet, because Sunday we'll be back. 2 days from now, we'll be back again doing the Super Bowl protest show that we do every year. Yes. Because if the Raiders aren't in the Super Bowl, we're not that interested. And so we're going to be talking about some of our favorite days in Raider Nation history and highlighting Super Bowl 18.
Super Bowl
So
18.
we're going to be highlighting Black Sunday on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. or 11. What did we say? 11 Eastern and 8 a.m.
Yes.
Pacific.
Yes.
So so whatever you're drinking in the morning, whether it be a Bloody Mary, a Bailey's and coffee or whatever, get your fix.
A screwdriver because you're on your way to Vegas.
Oh, bro.
Let's go.
Shout out Party Foul.
Yeah,
at the Nashville airport that's gotten us lit many a time on the way to Vegas.
We've been banged up by the double screwdrivers at Party Foul.
Yeah,
more than one occasion.
More than one occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much every occasion we've ever gone to Vegas.
I don't know if I've ever got on a plane sober with you.
When you have a double, and it's not even a double.
It's like that. It's pretty much a clear drink when they give it to us.
They just go orange juice over the top of it,
sure.
and then that's it. Yeah.
They don't even have to say, just think it.
Yeah, they magically was wave the OJ over the top of the vodka, and then so it's they call it a double, but it's more like a triple or a quadruple, I would say.
Absolutely.
You have one of those at 5 o'clock in the morning before you've even had breakfast.
Yeah,
and get on the airplane, and
it makes those flights go by super fast though, because we're going. We're snoozing.
We get into a giggle prison for about 30 minutes, and then after that, then we're passed out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you wake up in Vegas.
There you go.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. 3 hours later, man, works out great.
Absolutely.
So anyways, so thanks to the travel tips
there
from
you go.
Swag and Murf. There you go.
The more you know.
So anyways, wherever you're going to be at on Sunday, definitely check it out. That will be at the 10 o'clock here centrally, 11 o'clock on the East Coast, and then, as Jeff said, 8 a.m. Pacific.
There you go.
There you go. So
there you go.
A little RFR with your eggs.
RFR and eggs.
RFR and eggs? Yeah. I don't know if that sounds appetizing or not.
I mean, I'm a bigger guy. It sounds pretty good to me.
You just want the bacon.
Oh. Yeah. We got a couple slabs of bacon right here.
Oh man. So so we'll check it out. We're gonna and we live watch it. So we all watching it together.
Yep.
We'll have it here on the screen, and we'll all be watching it together, and it's definitely a lot of fun. Sadly, Michelle can't make it.
Yep.
Because she's got a big art show and project she's working on. But Swaggo and I will be here, and so join us. Please do. Please do. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the what are they called?
The Sea of Fans mailbag.
That's it.
There he is, fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's caught, he's thrown. It is.
All right, so here in the Sea of Fans mailbag, you can join us anytime just by calling the show and leaving a message at 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. And if you leave your message and we play it more than 3 times, you can become a made man or a made maiden. Become a made man like our buddy Jay in Syracuse did last week.
Absolutely,
Or a couple
he
days
did.
ago anyways, when he not only became a new made man, well, actually, I think he might have been made before. Him and I were talking about that. He was like, so it was that Jay.
Oh,
it was
okay.
the president of Salt
Jay
City
Morse?
Silver and Black, Jay
Yeah.
Morse, yeah. And so it was him. And so he was like, I can't believe I'm not made. He's like, because I've been with you guys so long. I'm like, you might have gotten made before we started tracking the people that were made.
Absolutely,
And so
yeah.
that's
He's
why-
been there so long, like the back in the 70s when they didn't account for solo tackles and
Right, and
they
sacks.
didn't.
Yeah,
Sacks.
yeah.
They didn't record those yet. So Jay might have been one of the first.
I'm for real. Like
Yeah.
he was way on that short list. So, anyways, but he's on there now. So if you want to become a made man like Jay, or you want to become a made maiden like Wendy and Haley in Scotland and any of the other ladies that have participated, all you got to do is call the show. Call the show, leave a message, 909-345-3346, and we'll play your messages on the air. Or you could become a made man or made maiden if we read your email an indefinite amount of times. And you can email the show at show, that is SHOW, at RaidersFanRadio.com. And Michelle usually reads the emails.
Yes.
But in Michelle's absence tonight, Swag Jeff has that duty.
No, nice.
Yeah. And Swag Jeff, who do we have?
Absolutely. Well, first off, we have Josh in the East Bay.
Oh, what's up, Josh?
Hey, RFR fam. So Chip Kelly was just named OC, and while it wasn't my first choice, I think it's a pretty decent hire. I found myself not too critical of the moves made since Tom Brady has entered the fold. I think that is because they all seem to be pretty competent, something that is a nice change of pace. When you look at some of the perennial playoff contending organizations in the NFL, their front offices rarely make moves that make you scratch your head. Starting with the relieving of AP, all our moves so far this offseason have been calculated, make sense, and are a good change from us shooting ourselves in the foot. I truly believe we have turned a corner in the organization, and with Brady's input, we will no longer be a shit show. If it really does start at the top, the trickle-down Raidernomics are finally going to start paying dividends for us fans. I can't remember the last time we had a GM, coach, OC, and DC combo with as much credibility or juice as this group.
Yeah.
And this is with the quarterback room currently consisting of Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, and Carter Bradley. This tells me that Papa Pete is going to take a decent-sized swing at a veteran quarterback, either via trade or free agency. I also see us drafting a quarterback to develop. That being said, I think of the floor and ceiling of Pete Carroll's tenure as our coach. I think that we have, at the very least, by the end of his 3 years, that he will get us to the playoffs. I also think his ceiling could be getting us to a conference championship game. Before people come to my head saying a conference championship appearance is a pipe dream in the next 3 years, I want you to look at the AFC divisional round. Denver, Pittsburgh, and the Chargers all looked awful and still found ways to be still a ways away from being taken seriously. There were only 4 contenders in our conference, and with the offensive upgrades, I think we're closer to a playoff run than away from one. I'm curious to what the 3 floors and ceilings are Carroll's.
Today, Junior.
Take care, Raider Nation for life. That is Josh in the East Bay.
Hey, Josh in East Bay.
Finally got through that
Yeah, you did. I kind of like it. I mean, I'm down. I don't think it's far-fetched. And we see it every year. Every year there's a team that goes worst to first or it has a dramatic turnaround. We saw it with the Commanders this year.
Yep.
Is a really recent example. The year before that, it was the Texans. Then it was the Lions before that. Like, there's teams that flip it around every year. And is it feasible that it could happen for the Raiders? Absolutely. I think
Sure.
that we're all just not making light of the term, but we have football PSD, and none of us expect it, because when was the last time we saw a turnaround? 2016?
Exactly.
And when was the last time we saw one before that? John Gruden?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when was the last time we saw one before that? Art Shell 1.0?
Maybe. Yeah.
You know, so like it's not like we see these things frequently in our fan lives. So I that's where he's saying, I'm assuming what he was saying, but it's like, don't come from my head. But I think this is possible. Well, yeah, but I think the only reason that he would get an adverse reaction from other fans is just because we're all so freaking, you know, we're whipped puppies already.
Exactly.
So we're just, you know,
Exactly.
But I think it's highly possible.
Yeah.
You certainly got the bona fides in the room now.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah. I mean, this is the best coaching staff that we've put together in I don't even know how long. You know, I mean, maybe even better than some of the Gruden 1.0 days.
I think you'd have to go back to that at a minimum.
Mm-hmm.
At a minimum, you would have to go, because he was such an innovative play caller back then and all that.
Yes.
You know, so there was definitely some juice back then. But yeah, outside of that, like, bro, it's
100%. 100%. Yep. All right. Next email is our buddy Soren.
Hey, Soren.
Hey guys, Chip Kelly and PG, let's go. The league has no idea what's going to hit them. We have proven winners and great play callers now. I always, by the way, when you talk top 10 and the old legends, but it's always from when we were great. And it's nice to take a look back at the good times, but let's think of something else. Let's look at the Raiders roster from 2005 to today and pick your personal top 10 players. So there's no Gannon, Rice, Brown, and so on. I have my top 10 right here, so I'm going to try to think it over and maybe get back to you next week. But he's got his top 10 down here. So from 2005 to current, this is his top 10.
Okay.
At number 10, Derek Carr.
Okay.
9, Khalil Mack.
Sure.
8, Bruce Irvin.
Okay.
Yep. 7, Rodney
I'm
Hudson.
not being a list bully.
No,
I'm
it's
just
okay.
processing.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
7,
Hudson?
Rodney Hudson.
Got it.
6, Derek Burgess.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yep. 5, Jerry Porter.
Oh,
Yep. 4, Kirk Morrison.
nice.
Yep. 3, Seabass.
Yeah.
Number 2, Charles Woodson.
Of course.
And number 1, Max Crosby.
Nicely done.
There
dude.
you go. Soren.
That's solid.
Yep. 100%.
Without putting pen to paper, obviously Max, that's a slam dunk. Charles Woodson 2.0, that's a slam dunk. Kirk Morrison to me is definitely a slam dunk. I would put Nnamdi on that list.
Sure.
I think Nnamdi's got to go on there. I would put, man, it's hard to not put Darren McFadden because he was so good, but the injuries plagued him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but man, when he was healthy, him and Michael Bush for that matter.
Oh my gosh.
When they were both healthy, man,
It was
Those
about
guys-
unstoppable.
they were awesome. And then personal favorites, like I love Johnny Lee Higgins.
Yeah.
He was great in the return game and
Yep.
everything until he got
Stu Schwaggart.
well, your guy.
That's my guy,
you
dude.
Got to put Stu on there. But yeah, until Johnny Lee Higgins got blown up by Eric Weddle, like he was on track for a pretty solid career, man. I would put Zach Miller on my short list. I loved Zach Miller. I know it was short-lived, and again, another guy got plagued by injuries, then ultimately went to Seattle. But man, he was good. When he was good, he was great.
Great.
You know,
100%.
And then of the 2016 teams, I mean, you know, you got to consider Crabtree
Yep.
and what he did. You got to consider Jared Cook. If you're going to consider
totally.
Carr, you got to consider those guys. I mean, Amari Cooper could be on that list.
100%.
That's interesting. That's a really interesting conversation. I'll work that out for the next show.
Yeah.
Let's and you do yours too.
Okay.
Let's work that out. We'll do a top 10 list of the last 20 years.
Okay.
Good
deal.
Good stuff there, Soren.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Good stuff, Soren. All right. And our last email of the night is Justin from Iowa.
And Paul, where you at, bro?
Yeah. Where's Paul?
Where's Paul?
What's he doing?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I might play his theme anyways.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Paul.
Well, well, here we are again. Another offseason of change. Although I do like the hire of Pete Carroll, I cannot get excited until the team shows some form of improvement. I do, however, think Pete is the right hire because of the massive amount of experience in making bad teams good. He's shown that there aren't too many coaches after better at developing players and bringing the best out of the player and understanding how to use their strengths, which can't be underestimated. Even with all the great stuff he brings, I still can't get excited about this football team until I see something. I also think that it's a bit bold to tell a fan base to show up when that franchise has metaphorically hit them in the nuts so many times that the testicles of the fan base can be classified as a speed bag. I never got an opportunity to see a game in Oakland, but the stories I've heard are the home field advantage in Oakland was on par with or above any other fan base in professional sports. 100%. So the fan base held up their end for the better part of 20 years with little or no return on the team's part. It was a one-sided street for almost 2 decades, and eventually people get tired of being let down. Every year we hear about the potential of what the team could be. Well, the thing about potential, it means you haven't done shit yet. With all that being said, I'm still wearing my Raider gear, still talking shit, still watching every game, still supporting the team in every way, and screaming F the fat mustache, F Tubby Kermit, F that arrogant twatsicle of a tight end, and F the Chiefs on the way out.
Come on.
Here's to our collective Stockholm syndrome with the Raiders. Sincerely, Justin from Iowa.
You, Travis Kelce.
Give me that. Get out of here. Everybody.
Justin from Iowa.
Well, yeah. He's down bad. And hey, man, I get it. I totally get it.
Can't blame him.
No.
He's right. We've been kicked in the proverbial nuts for decades for the most part.
100%.
So I mean, I get it. I get why people would still be skeptical.
Uh-huh.
You know, and again, when we're not fan police around here, but we always, you know, we're just feel how we all feel, however we process our team and all that kind of shit. But I will always lean on the side of positivity until there's a reason not to.
Yeah.
That's just the way I'm built. Like, I'm going to look for the good in things until the bad reveals itself. And then I'll change my opinion.
There you go.
You know,
100%.
I couldn't have been more convicted and positive about Antonio Pierce until I wasn't. And I think, you know, I was thinking about this too the other day because I was looking back through some clips from like our fireside chat and stuff.
Okay.
Just looking for some clips for the show and stuff. And we did a fireside chat, and it was like right in the middle of things going really bad. It was right before the Black Friday game against Kansas City.
Right.
And we're bitching. And we're bitching about people bitching at us. And I think that a lot of our listeners, a lot of folks that are just highly familiar with this show, they're so used to us being positive because that's just how we're geared. We're just geared to be positive about things until we're not. And I think sometimes it's jarring to people because they're like, wait a minute. You guys are the
lighter side journey.
Yeah, you're the lighter side journey. And we're over here going, this is shit, and this sucks, and that guy sucks, and he needs to be fired. And blah, blah, blah. Like, they're not used to hearing us talk like that.
Yeah.
You know, so I get it what Justin's saying there. I mean, that makes perfect sense. You know, where he's coming from. I mean, but again, now that there is change has happened. We all got what we wanted for the most part. Then now here we are. And so we'll see where this thing goes. I almost even thought about doing a way too early prediction show.
Oh,
I thought that would be kind of fun.
That would be fun.
But when you don't know who your quarterback is going to be,
it's tough
like
to do.
It's I don't even know if it would be a futile exercise, I think, because you couldn't even look at it with like any level of consideration. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And on his comments about Pete Carroll talking about getting the fans into the stadium and stuff like that, you know, I mean, Pete's going to have to win in order for that to happen. You know, I mean, I don't expect Raider Nation for the first year to it be black in Allegiant Stadium. It's this whole like hole up, let him cook. Let's wait and see what he does kind of thing. But, you know, I think we have a mediocre season. All these people they're going to stop selling their tickets. They're going to come back and all that stuff. I really think that.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think the novelty of the Raiders is worn off in Las Vegas. You know, in the beginning, it was, oh my gosh, we can do a new thing. Here's a different thing. We can go see a football team play, blah, blah, blah. And then all those people started selling their tickets, and, you know, and so many companies own tickets and give them away. And, you know, and then you have these companies that are out there now that like their entire business model is taking opposing fans to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You know, and they put them up at the Circa and not Circa. I was combining two casinos. The Circa They put them up at the Circa, and that'll be the official hotel for Jets fans for the week.
Yeah.
And they got these companies that are flying these people in and giving them tickets and doing all this stuff. So there are literal businesses created around it. Well, the only way that those people are going to change is if there's a highly motivated group of Raider fans that want to go to the game. But I'm with you. Just by Papa Pete coming out and saying, hey, we need you all to come out. Well,
show us. Make us come.
Make us come out.
Make us come.
Make yourself undeniable. Give us something that we're going to go out of our way to try to see. Because we didn't go out of our way to try to see the Raiders this year.
Yeah.
Even though we had Raider trips planned and stuff. You know, like, I can speak for myself. I had other things that came up, and I was like, no, I'm going to make that a priority instead. I didn't go to one Raider game. The only one I went to was the preseason game with you when we did our Raider Dad event, which we're there for Raider Dad anyways. So we just kind of pop into the game while we're there.
Sure.
But outside of that, I didn't go out of my way to see the Raiders this year. And I was excited about the Raiders in the beginning, but as the season waned on and the Cincinnati trip came up and the Tampa trip came up and whatever, I made other things my priority. Was mainly trying to get our new studio done.
Sure.
Which was required selling and moving a house and all that kind of shit. So, you know, that whole idea, man, like, I get it that just because you ask for it doesn't mean we're going to be there. Because people are going to go no matter what. It's going to be sold out.
Oh, for sure. But you got to give us a reason to come.
Yeah.
At this point, you know, I mean, the
beyond
diehard
the novelty of, oh, look, it's Allegiant Stadium. How cool is this?
Exactly.
Well, once this is really a cool place. Once you've done it, how many times have we been there now? Like, well, probably 3 or 4 for you. I've been like, I don't know, 12 games now.
Yeah, I was about to say like 10 or 12. Probably.
Yeah, it's been a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to 4 in 1 year.
Yeah, you did.
So that novelty of Allegiant, I love Allegiant Stadium. Don't get me wrong. I've done the tour twice. I've taken my kid. Like I love that place. It's a love letter to the Raiders.
Yep.
How many times can you look at the Lombardi trophies and, you know, take pictures in front of the Fred Biletnikoff mural and
go to Raider Image?
You go to Raider Image and do it. Well, for you,
for me, I could do it. I could do that right now.
But once that kind of wears off, then all you got the performance of the team left is going to draw you there, or hanging out with your friends.
Yep.
So I don't know. But all that said, I'm with him. It's a good point, and hopefully the Raiders will, in fact, give us a reason to go to the damn games.
Yep.
All right, let's get to some of these voicemails. First up, we've got our buddy in the 757. He is Donovan.
What's going on, man? It's Donovan, man. So, with this Chip Kelly hiring, man. All right, I was a fan of the Oregon offense with Michael James and Ken John Barnes and all that stuff, man.
Good call.
Raider Nation, we have a lot of fast, shifty players that's similar to the players Chip Kelly coached at Oregon, man. You know what I'm saying? Trey Tucker. We can use, you know what I'm saying, Amir Abdullah and Alex Madison, because Chip Kelly got the up-tempo, you know what I'm saying, Oregon type offense, man. Go do your research on that. And Dylan LeBeau. You know what I'm saying, Dylan LeBeau, I think that's his name. He can benefit from this, man. You know what I'm saying? So Brock Bowers is going to eat, you know what I'm saying, with jet sweeps, put him in the backfield. Like, we got the players, you know what I'm saying, for this offense, man. Re-signed Jacoby Myers, he'd be number 1. And Terrence Marshall, man, the big physical receiver that we still going to need, you know what I'm saying?
I like that.
He was like Lavoisier Tourné, you know what I'm saying, back when he was playing for Oregon. And with the defense, man, re-signed the whole defense since we brought back, forget the defensive coordinator right now. You know, I shouldn't. But since we bring back his defense, man, re-sign the whole defense, man. And if you want to, you know what I'm saying, entertain Myles Garrett, man. You know what I'm saying? He's not looking too happy. Just come over here, man. Re-sign Trayvon Merrick too, man. All right, Raider Nation, we good, man. All right, this Chip Kelly hire is very, very, very underrated, man. All right, so with the quarterback situation, go ahead, draft your door, man, because he's going to be there, in my opinion. If he's not, draft Jalen Milroe. That man is very, very underrated. His potential is crazy, man. His potential is Raider Nation, we're going to be good, man. All right? How you make all this better, man? Just win, baby.
Let's go,
Donovan. Great call, my friend.
I'm with him on Chip Kelly and the innovation, and I think that's what's it's. I agree with him. I think Brock's going to eat because he's going to be so.
My gosh, yeah, he ate in Luke Getsy's system. What do you think he's going to do in a Chip Kelly?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
And Chip Kelly's an innovative guy.
Yes,
That's whether it's the offense, like Donovan mentioned there, the one that he ran in Oregon versus the one that he ran in Ohio State. This is a guy that has learned and changed and is morphed and doesn't run a system anymore. He tried that and it worked with mixed results in the NFL until people kind of figured it out.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you realize that all you're doing is gassing your offense and gassing your defense because your offense can't stay on the field. Right. And so,
yeah,
but he changed. And then that's not the offense that they ran at Ohio State, not some super crazy up tempo. Just let's freaking run as many plays as we possibly can and hope one of them works.
Right.
You know, and so he's gonna take that innovation to this Raider team, and depending on who our quarterback is, a guy like Brock Bowers, he's gonna go nuts because he's gonna innovate around taking advantage of his talents and skill set. And I'm with Donovan too. We need a number one wide receiver. I don't think Cobes is gonna be our number one wide receiver.
I don't think so.
I think he's about as good of a number two as you can get in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, name me one better that's a number two. But but how about this? You put DK Metcalf on the other side of the field.
There you go.
Now how good is Jacoby Myers going to get?
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, either that or my guy that I've kind of been looking at a lot that I think we can get on a pretty good deal is Godwin.
Chris Godwin's
Chris
solid.
Godwin
I like
is solid,
Chris Godwin,
and so that would, but that I feel like their skill sets are way different. But the way that they're viewed, I mean, I don't know if Chris Godwin is actually a true number one receiver.
I mean,
either.
he would be on our team, but not when you're playing across from Mike Evans.
Well, exactly. So I feel like in that case, it would almost be a 1A and 1B.
Yeah,
you'd have almost two pretty much number one receivers in that aspect, and then you grab someone in the draft and develop them. And I'm with him too on that. I think Trey Tucker is going to eat next season. I mean, we haven't seen hardly any of them, man. But I mean, you know, he fits the Chip Kelly offense. So yeah. So I think so. And then as far as the defense is concerned, I know Donovan wants to re-sign everybody plus go get Myles Garrett. You can't do both of those things for sure. And I don't think Myles Garrett is as sexy of a name as that is, and to think about, holy shit, him and Max Crosby next to each other or across from each other on the line. We have to give up too much to get him. I mean, and you got to re-sign him, which he's looking I think I saw he's looking for like what, $35 million a year or something like that. I mean, that dude's
a huge chunk of our salary cap, and we've got 12 departing players.
Yeah.
Or 12 players heading into unrestricted free agency.
Yes.
And most of them are on the defensive side of the football. So, I mean, it's going to cost us money to retain Bob Spillane if you want him back, Malcolm Kuntz if you want him back. Mm-hmm. He mentioned Trayvon Merrick if you want him back. These guys they're going to get some decent money on the open market.
Yeah.
Those guys aren't chumps.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Is there a player or two on the defense right now that you think could be expendable that we don't sign?
Probably Diablo.
That would be,
I would say that he's probably one of those guys.
Yep.
You know, and I like Divine Diablo, and I think that he's done awesome bulking up and moving to linebacker and doing all that, because he was a safety, right, when he came out?
I think so, yeah.
So, I mean, everything that he's done, I mean, I like the guy, and I thought that he was actually going to have a real strong career there for a second. Then he got hurt, kind of a little bit of a setback, but then he came back this year and had a pretty decent year.
Yeah.
You know, and if everyone else around him is healthy too, well, then he probably excels a little bit more.
I think so. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah,
but Marcus Epps, I think, is another one.
That was the other one I was going to say too. Yeah, Marcus Epps. I mean, you've got Polamalu now. I mean, there's no reason to keep Marcus Epps.
No, and we drafted Chris Smith for a reason. And your boy Trey Taylor.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think that Epps is long gone. What's the deal with the whole? Answer me this. Maybe you know this. There's a lot of people talking about Jack Jones is getting cut. Like there's a lot of people the foregone conclusion is that he's going to get cut.
Yeah.
Is that because he was such an AP guy? He's a talented dude,
He's
man.
a talented dude.
I don't know why you would
yeah.
just cut him loose.
Yeah, I don't understand, because he's still on a rookie deal, kind of, right?
Yeah, he's entering into his third year, right? He had his rookie season with the Patriots.
Yeah,
Or was
it
that
a
his
season and a half or something like that with the Patriots, and then he got cut, so that he's probably going into his 4th year now.
Okay, so final year of his rookie deal.
Final year of his rookie deal. Why not just hold on to him? I don't quite
get
understand.
that.
Even if we go Will Johnson at pick 6, the cornerback out of Michigan,
that dude's a stud.
man, that dude's a freaking baller, man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but even still, even if you, why would you cut Jack Jones? I mean, just unless
he's just like,
I ain't playing for Pete Carroll kind of thing, like you
yeah,
know. But
yeah.
like, I mean, I don't know. He kind of seems like a badass. He kind of reminds me of like what a Richard Sherman could be, and you know, and we were
much different play styles, but
different play style, but the attitude and all that kind of stuff. You know, that he's got that feel to him. If that makes sense. You know, because we were comparing Isaiah. Well, I was comparing Isaiah Paul-Mao and Cam Chancellor, which I don't know if they're in the same category just yet. but true. but you see similarities and stuff like that. So no, I think he would fit in Pete's defense.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
you know, and he's talented. It's not like he didn't have a good year. You know, and he didn't have the big splashy plays that we saw him have.
The big what that you saw with the Legion of Boom and stuff like that. But I mean,
or even that he had it with the year before with us.
Oh, sure,
picking off Patrick Mahomes and staring him down the end zone, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there was a few games where it was kind of he was a little bit burnt toast, a little bit. You know, I mean,
but it's because he's so aggressive.
Yes,
and that's the thing. And speaking of the freaking Legion of Boom, what made them great? You know, well, and they were a little bit of a different breed because they weren't like a bunch of fast guys. You know, when you had, was it Brandon Bowers or Brandon Browner, whatever, Browner. Okay. They were big physical corners, him and Richard Sherman were. You know, they weren't
100%.
fast and all that. But the reason that they were so good, especially Sherman, was his level of anticipation. Is that he could run enough to keep up with somebody, but he could anticipate where the ball was going to be better than anybody during that era.
Mm-hmm.
He was incredible when it came to that.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what Jack Jones does really well. But I think that he was over aggressive this year because AP just kind of let him loose, which is where he accelerated the prior year.
Right.
But I think a guy like Pete understands you can play with that type of aggression, but you got to rein it in on certain things. Because if you're trying to jump a route all the time,
right?
If you whiff, guess what? You don't have safety help over the top. Like that's it.
Yeah, you're toast. Yeah, for sure. But I think his kind of play would work better when we had the full strength of a defensive line as well.
That's
when
true
you have you can jump routes when a quarterback only has a second and a half to get rid of the ball.
We weren't forcing throws like we were
exactly when you lose Kuntz, when Max is dinged up. You lose Christian Wilkins, all those amazing pieces, and
that's a very good point.
So I think
3 of our guys that would have been starters on that D line. The reason that we beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, the reason we're the last team to beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead, because we beat up Patrick Mahomes that day.
Yep,
that's a great point, dude.
Yep, 100%.
Who was talking about you?
Crabtree.
Don't test me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree.
I love it the way she said, "Oh my gosh, Richard, who is talking about you?"
Who was talking about you?
Who was talking about you?
All right, next up we got our buddy Ron the Materator.
Ron!
The guy that holds it down in the chat for us each and every show. We appreciate you, Ron, so very, very much. And so let's check in with our buddy Ron.
Hey, guys. What's up? Ron. Feeling pretty good about the coaching staff, how it's panned out. The usual preseason excitement. But I think that if you look, it's been a very well thought out and very careful hiring process from the coaching staff to we got brought in a guy from Denver. We've been filling out our front office. And I think, if you continue that into free agency in the draft, you're going to see a lot of fruits come out of that to where we're turning this thing around pretty quickly. I think that, you always hear about a team's Super Bowl window. We are definitely not in a Super Bowl window, but I think we're in a very important franchise window where we have stuff aligning right now where this could be a major tipping point in the organization. We have a lot of proven winners in in the managerial and a lot of proven winners on the coaching staff. We have 10 draft picks, and we have over $100 million in cap space. We have the time to strike to start this thing turned around right now, and I'm really hopeful that we can do so. I like everything that we've done so far, and I really feel like we're heading in a good direction here. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye.
All right, good for Ron. Yeah, that's the positivity that I think we're echoing, is that it's, I don't know what else the Raiders could have done this offseason to make you feel any better about it. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people wanted Ben Johnson, and you got that whole thing, and
Sure.
Everyone's got their preferences, and that's cool. But I think that they made smart choices. They weren't emotional choices.
Yep.
And the thing that gets me the most, even more so than the assembling and retention of staff, which is really cool because you don't see that often, it's the Tom Brady factor, man.
Yeah.
We've talked about that ad nauseum, and I don't know if we'll ever stop talking about it now, because he's going to be ever present as a figurehead of this organization, and only going to get bigger and more prominent of roles as time goes on. So you can't discount that. You can't dismiss that. Who is it? We just hired somebody else too, that just came in. Oh my gosh, who was it? We just hired somebody else, another front office guy. And
Nice.
yeah. And oh my gosh, I'm gonna look it up. The chat room's yelling at me right now. But anyways, doesn't come over if it's not for Tom Brady.
There you go.
And we've talked about this on the show, and I'll keep saying it. Tom Brady is going to attract talent on the field, in the coaching room, at the front office. Like, people want to be surrounded, and they're attracted to greatness.
Yeah.
And no one is greater than Tom Brady when it comes to the sport of football.
Yep.
The end.
The end.
So he's gonna keep pulling people in, and so I'm with you, Ron. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah,
too, man.
I think. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. You know, and I wonder too, like, so a couple things with what Ron was talking about. You know, I've got like full trust in what we got going on right now. Like, my trust level is at a pretty high spot right now.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good way to put it. It's trust.
It's trust, man. You know, I trust these guys right now because they, like you said, they made all the smart moves, the right moves, calculated moves, and all that stuff. So, like, you won't find me really bitching, I don't think, about whoever we bring in on a free. Like, if they feel that the smartest choice for the Raiders would be to bring Russell Wilson as our bridge quarterback, okay, deal. Do I like Russell Wilson right now? No. I think he's cheesy, he's corny. I don't care for. But if he's going to be our guy, and Pete Carroll and Tom Brady say, "Hey, this is the guy that's going to, you know, bring in the new rookie quarterback. This is our bridge guy," then I've got full trust in that, you know. And then like what you were talking about and what Ron talked about too, bringing in talent and stuff like that. I'm curious to see how deep the Tom Brady effect is actually going to be. Is there going to be players that want to surround themselves with greatness so much that they might take a little bit less money to be around that greatness?
Ooh, interesting.
It's very possible, man. You know, not only just quarterbacks, because I've seen reports come out that, you know, Sam Darnold said, "Oh, I'd love to be around Tom Brady. I'd love to see that," and all that
and
stuff.
I don't know how excited I would be about Sam Darnold,
but he's another one.
but it's a great point.
If that's what you guys think is going to be best for the Raider organization, then okay, sign me up for it. I'm in. You won't find me bitching about it. So great call, Ron. Great conversation. Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Okay, so according to Albert Breer, Seahawks Vice President of Coaching Operations Matt Capurro is leaving the team after 15 years to reunite with Pete Carroll and join the Raiders.
Wow.
Now that's a big. Apparently, this guy's a stud. I don't know much about the Seahawks VPs of coaching operations. That's never been in my wheelhouse as a Raider fan. But I'm going to trust that, again, if he's following Papa Pete and he went over because he wanted to work with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Okay, deal.
Yep.
Like, that's the kind of guys that, you know, these are bona fides.
Mm-hmm.
These are made men they're bringing in, you know? So
That's right.
that's something else that we talked about this last week, is that these aren't just experienced coaches.
Right.
These are accomplished coaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom Brady, accomplished.
Yep.
He's not just been doing it for a long time. Marvin Lewis, Joel Philbin, just because they've been around the league. Well, you can Shit, you can do a podcast for 12 years and still suck at it. Oh, me. All right, here we go. Let's see. We got we got one more to get to.
Nice.
This is our buddy Steve in San Diego, which Jeff, I don't know if you were aware of this.
Oh, no.
In Spanish, San Diego means whale's vagina.
Oh, it sure does.
Hey, this is Steve from
I thought
San
you were going
Diego.
to say he might have gone over the limit again.
Sorry.
Oh, he did that too.
Oh, he did that?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Steve, we have a 3-minute timer.
3-minute timer.
And it's not us. It's Google Voice, man. And so don't get yourself Google Voiced every week because we'd love to hear you say, all right, guys, have a good week. Once in a
talk
while.
to you later.
Something.
Raiders.
Yeah. Start that around 2:55.
There you go.
Yeah. We've actually had some callers will run timers.
Yeah.
They'll say that. They'll be like, oh, man, I got 3 seconds left. I got to go. See you guys. Bye.
Yep.
You know, it's really funny.
100%.
All right, here we go. Steve in San Diego.
Hopefully you get this one. But no, I was just saying that, so Murf, it was pretty funny when you were like you're answering me on the message machine, like you're talking to me in real time. And I was reminded about that. There's a movie called Brewster's Millions, and he's hearing the will of the.
I've seen Brewster's Millions.
Have you?
It's a great movie.
Oh, good.
grandfather. My grandfather
I haven't
says,
seen it.
something.
It's Richard Pryor. It's a really good movie.
Good.
But we're talking to Steve right now.
Hey,
Not
sorry,
talking to each other.
Steve. Don't let him interrupt you like he does me.
Yeah. I'm talking to Steve. You can talk to Steve if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just be over here.
And then Brewster goes, but why can't I tell him? And then he almost like he's answering him like he's really talking to him. That was kind of funny. It reminded me of that.
Well, thanks, Steve. I thought it was pretty fun too.
When you were like talking to me like you're back and forth talking conversation, like as if we're in real time, not, on recording. So anyway, that's kind of funny. But anyway, so, not much with the Raiders. I mean, we got new coaching and stuff. We're going to have to see what we get and how this pans out. It should be interesting. The mystique of the Raiders is live and well in the off season, not so much the on season yet. Anyway, I was going to address something else though. So I heard last week Michelle talking about some fan, supposedly a fan of the Raiders, who said that they're also a fan of the Chiefs, basically, or they're rooting for the Chiefs to win. I don't know if they're a fan of the Chiefs or they were rooting for the Chiefs. I'm not sure what it was. But no, you cannot be a fan of the Chiefs in any way, shape, or form and say you're a Raiders fan. No. I know you can't tell other people who to be a fan of and decide my fanship. Yeah, listen, I grew up in L.A. and I'm a Raiders and Rams fan, but they're both in the same city and they're different conferences. So the Rams and the Raiders wouldn't even face each other in the playoffs unless it's a Super Bowl, which is never facing each other, basically. So, it's not even close. But no, that's not me saying I'm a Red Sox fan, but I'm also rooting for the Yankees, and I'm also a Yankees fan. Or being from LA, I'm a Lakers fan, but I'm also rooting for the Celtics to win too. Are you kidding me? No. So you could act like, or you say you're a fan of the Raiders, but it would be like this. So you can say that and all, and you say, well, we can't tell you how to be fair, but I look at it like this. So I was thinking about, and there was this movie called, I don't know if you ever seen the movie Bloodsport. So at the end of the movie, near the end of the movie, Chong Li is in a match and he ends up killing the guy. And then there's a big moment of pause of silence. And they all stand up, the leaders and everybody, and they have this time, and they're just going, this is a disgrace to us. And then they all turn their backs on Chong Li. And that's what I see it as. We all turn our backs on you, Raider fan, saying you're a Chiefs fan. You can say you're a Raiders fan, but if you say you're a Chiefs at all, we're disgraced, and we're all turning our back on you. Anyway, so I just thought I'd bring that up, but it was just funny when I heard that. I was like, yeah, you can't tell someone you're a fan, but you can respond to them a certain way. You say, no, you're not truly a fan, saying
Google Voice.
Steve.
It was all about the movies today.
It's all about the movies, man. Yeah. Michelle brought that up because we'd seen, I got in a couple of exchanges on the old Twitters there, because that's what I do, @_Murf. Plugging my Twitter over here.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, that felt gross.
No, I like it.
What are you, @_Swag Jeff?
Yes, I am.
There you go.
Yeah.
Follow us on the X there, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got like 1,100 followers. Not to brag.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in 4 digits.
Yeah,
Little
you are.
4-digit baller.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you are.
uh-huh.
Good. Okay. Nice.
You're over there going, that's cute. with your 8,000 followers or whatever
Something
you
like
got.
that. I'm trying to grow the brand, man.
You're growing the brand.
Trying to grow the brand. Not my brand, but
Our brand.
our exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, I had a couple exchanges on there with people that were rooting for the Chiefs. And these were Raider fans. They weren't Raiders and Chiefs fans. They were Raider fans just rooting for the Chiefs. One of the guys said Buffalo is constantly overhyped and the media keeps pushing them over the goal line. And I'm like, that broke my brain. I'm like, they've never made it over the goal line. They make it to Kansas City, and then that's it.
Right.
Then it's over. Like,
Right.
They've never won a Super Bowl. They've never, and pushed the media, pushing them over the goal line. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, they're in the freaking playoffs and a perennial superpower in the NFL every year, and Josh Allen is now your MVP.
Yep.
Like, that's not, anyway, so I didn't understand that narrative. It just didn't compute. And then the other guy was like, well, Buffalo fans were mean to me and my girl, who's now my wife, when we went to a game in Buffalo. And they threw stuff at him. And listen, I'm not excusing behavior of any fan by any means. And I'm not taking a run at this guy. If that's your personal feelings that you don't like Buffalo, so you're not going to root for them, you're going to root for the Chiefs because you had a negative experience with Buffalo fans. Okay, I can understand your point for that. But I've also been to the Oakland Coliseum a lot and seen a lot of other teams' opposing fans get treated very poorly. And I'm not an advocate for violence, but that was not a stadium that you went rolling up into with a Jets jersey on.
Exactly.
Like, expect to get, pardon my language, expect somebody to fuck with you if you've got opposing teams' gear. My stupid cousin, the family gene mutated, and one of my cousins is a Bronco fan. And me and him and Sonny went to a game. And he asked, he was like, well, should I wear Bronco stuff? I'm like, sure, knock yourself out, but I'm not fighting for you. Sorry.
Yeah.
You wear that shit, stuff is going to go down.
Yep.
And I'm not going to try to protect you. If you're going to wear Bronco shit into the Oakland Coliseum, you on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what he wore?
Wore probably just a black t-shirt or something like that.
Wore a black t-shirt. And
Yep.
so, again, I'm not advocating nor defending people and ill behavior towards other fans. And especially when you see the fights and all that, it's ridiculous behavior.
Sure.
All that said, when you go walking into a stadium and somebody's going to mess with you, and so would that be enough to then turn on your biggest, for your biggest rival? I don't know. I don't understand. And again, and this is not a judgy thing.
Yeah.
I'm not telling this guy that how he should or shouldn't feel, and whatever your thing is, that it's valid to you and knock yourself out.
Yep.
To my fan brain, it doesn't compute. There is no scenario in the history of the planet that I would root for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
Or the Denver Broncos, or the Chargers, or the Niners.
Never.
Even when the Niners and Chiefs were in the Super Bowl, I was like, oh, I didn't root for the Niners. I was just hoping Kansas City would lose.
There you go.
But that's all I am capable of because
Exactly.
I can't root for those damn teams.
Exactly.
I can't root for the Dallas Cowboys. I hate the goddamn Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so does that make sense to you?
Oh, 100%, man. Yeah. And I don't understand any scenario where you would root for the Chiefs ever. Like, kind of like the conversation we had the other day about, well, some people probably are rooting for the Chiefs because they're in our division. And it's one of those, well, let's keep the Super Bowl in the AFC West. AFC West runs the league and blah, blah, blah. No, save me that. Save me that. No.
Yeah.
No. There's no scenario.
Like, I wouldn't go to Philly decked out in Raider shit. I mean, if I was with a bunch of Raider fans, which when we were a collective, fine. When you see these like videos of like people walking out of the stadium and all these but they're obnoxious. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They're obnoxious fans. They throw batteries and they freaking boo Santa Claus, and they're
nuts.
They're nuts. For the most part, I'm sure there's some very sweet people out there that are Eagles fans. But for the most part, when you hear the stories and you see the shit online, they're maniacs.
Yeah.
So guess what? I'm not going to a night game in Philly wearing a friggin' especially division rival. Now, us as Raider fans, Philly fans might not be bad.
Yeah, they might play nice.
Yeah. But if you're a Cowboys fan
I was
or
about to say, yeah, you go in
Commanders
there with
fan,
a Giants jersey on or something like that.
and you're gonna not expect to get fucked with.
Yep, exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's get on out of here for the night. The best email or phone caller of the night gets a Sizzler award.
Yes.
And so Swag Jeff, who is, you have that honor. And who do we have tonight?
Absolutely. Well, we started off with 3 great emails from Josh in the East Bay, Soren, and Justin from Iowa. And then on the voicemail side, we had Donovan, we had Ron, and we had Steve in San Diego. Tonight's Sizzler Award goes to a guy that just had just great conversation starter and all that. We camped out on his call for quite a while. It is Donovan.
Hey, what's up, Donovan?
Sizzler.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Tom Brady.
Please beat the Chiefs. Please, Eagles. All that shit I just talked about you, Philly. I didn't mean it. I love y'all.
It's the city of brotherly love, right?
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Go beat the hell out of the Chiefs for all things
On
holy,
Sunday,
man.
we're all Eagles.
All Eagles.
We're all Eagles.
There is no one not an Eagle
Mm-mm.
except the people that live in Kansas City.
Yeah.
The hatred's real. The KC fatigue is freaking
It's nationwide.
Real.
It's nationwide. It's not just among Raider Nation. It's the whole freaking nation. Everyone is sick and tired of these goddamn Chiefs.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Take them out.
Thank you for being here, Raider Nation. We can't see you because we're not live, but you know who you are, and we love you, and we can't thank you enough for being here. Thanks for the support of the One Nation Foundation, because I'm sure there were probably super chats that came in during the show.
Yeah, we got some on the last one.
Yeah, we
So
sure
thank you.
did,
Yeah,
man.
thank
Yeah,
you.
and in the comments at the end of the show.
Yes.
So, yeah, we can't thank you guys enough for those. That all goes directly to Raider-related charities like Bolitnikoff Foundation, like Raider Dad, like Max Crosby Foundation. If there's other Raider-related charities, let us know. We'd like to be a part of it as well.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so can't thank you guys enough for being here. Murph, you got anything to add?
No, man, we got some cool stuff coming up. So we were out there measuring the dimensions for the new fan cave.
Yeah, we were.
Today. So hopefully we'll have that thing by this upcoming football season. At the start of the season, we'll have the new studio built, and we're gonna have a lot coming at you, Raider Nation. We're gonna have a lot of this show, Raiders Fan Radio, but a lot of other shows as well coming up. We're gonna be stretching our creative legs, and we're gonna have a lot to look forward to, and hope you guys enjoy it and enjoy it with us. But yeah, stay tuned for that as we get the plans underway. Finally,
Yeah, there you go. Finally. Yeah, well, if you enjoyed the first 5 to 8 minutes of this show where we were talking about getting drunk on an airplane, that might be some of the kind of stuff that we talk about during our new
That's
stuff.
exactly right.
So
Yeah.
so if you like us for that, then you're going to love what we got cooking up for sure. So on behalf of Murph, on behalf of Michelle, who isn't here, my name's Swag Jeff, and you've been listening to another episode of the Raiders Fan Radio Rundown, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. Don't forget, boys and girls, what happens in Vegas, it started in Oakland.
damn right it did.
And what a bad place it was.
Oh, man.
In a good way.
I miss
the good kind of bad.
Still miss it.
Every day. See you, Raider Nation. Love you.
Good night, YouTube.
Goodbye.
See you Sunday for the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.